everyone, it's Eddie here. So today I want to try something new. We're going to see about a recent fight that I really like. I'm sure that everyone who saw it loved it. Rodtang versus Superlek, that super fight in one championship. It was a really nice fight. Uh, Action-packed. They were going at it all the time. It was quite a difference in style, and there were a lot of things that were unusual for both fighters. Rodtang, how he was able to use those elbows to actually cut Superlek, and Superlek, how he was actually going a bit more backwards comparatively speaking, controlling a lot more, throwing a lot more those low kicks, and not throwing as many elbows as he usually does. He was still doing it, but not the same way. And I want to talk a little bit about that and my perspective on what happened and some of the pointers you can take out of this. So one thing I really liked on Rodtang's side, that he was punching a lot. He was punching strong and going forward like he usually does, but he capitalized on defending those punches to set up his elbows. I have said in some of my previous videos, how you block elbows, it's not the same as how you block punches. So he was throwing punches, making a Superlek block for punches, getting ready for the next punch. And when he got like that, he saw that opening in throw an elbow that just caught him here in the first round. Superlek in exchange in the second round, he was a little bit more worried and pushed a lot more with his hand, which is better against elbows than having your hands here. The bone can still go through even boxing gloves. The MMA gloves don't say it's so much easier. So in the second round, you would see Superlek using more his frame, keeping the distance, and using that to set up his long knees, pushing him away, knee, making it a little bit harder. Other thing that he did a bit different, it's how he kicked. He kicked a lot more straight because of those arms, how he was stretching. He was setting that up for his low kicks and high kicks. So this is a good place if you don't need to do a big combination where you have to turn your hips so much. If you're more of keeping a distance, you can do that by pushing with your shoulders and your hands, keeping control, and then you can throw a little bit straighter. That it makes it easier to pivot around, to push away, or to grab and clinch whenever you feel that the other person is coming in. So really good tactics. I really love to use that. Push, set up your kicks. You can push, set up your elbows, push, set up your knees. He was doing that really well with his knees, especially. Again, those two things I thought were really interesting in this fight, and how that stylistically made such an entertaining fight, because Rodtang was just going forward. Those punches making him think of defending his face, and when he had his arm retracted, throwing those elbows again, pushing him backwards, which makes it a lot harder to put any power in his kicks, knees, and elbows. Getting more power for Rodtang in his punches and his elbows. Conversely, what Superlek was doing, again, it's keeping the distance with the frame, with his arm, using tips every now and then, but because, yeah, Rodtang tends to be quite lower, tips are actually a little bit harder to land from here than when you're here. It's when you see someone so much slower, you usually want to control by kicking the legs, because it's a lot harder to block the kicks when you're putting your weight on your legs. It's a lot harder to keep, but it's a lot easier to low kick. So those are good things that you can take out of this fight. I would recommend you to watch that fight. I will put a link in the description. And yeah, if you really like this format, please let me know in the comments. Leave a like, share it with your friends. It helps a lot of the channel. Hope to see you guys next time. Whoos.